Falcons, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 23.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between our visitors and the Houston Texans. Alongside my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Glad to be enjoying another week of football. And Charles, this is a contest that should make a former defender like yourself very happy, that's for sure, because we got a pair of top 5 defenses in the NFL squaring off, and opportunities to score, well, they figure to be extremely limited.
And partner, you know my smile is wide because this is a lot of fun for a guy like me to watch, as you noted. And if there's something else that we both know that these teams take pride in, it's how other defense have done to controlling games and putting them in a position to win. Something else they're proud of, though, how high they rank in the league. And they're trying to use this game to move up in those rankings and become the top defense in the league.
And we are underway from Houston. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. So a long field ahead for the Falcon offense as they head out. And they will be led out by their 6'3 quarterback.
And the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week, so keeping him contained will be a big emphasis for this defense.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 31 yards there and a first down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Back to throw. Aguilar. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 55 yards.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play. On 3rd down, Aguilar. And that will be incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate the quarterback. When there's extra defenders on the field, dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
And his kick is indeed good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage.
Well, when they began that opening drive, they didn't have the best field position, but they were able to move the ball enough, Charles, to just get in his range to take the 3-0 advantage.
Absolutely, because considering where they began that series, I think they're pretty happy to be sitting at 3-zip right now.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The numbers for him from a week ago: 16 carries, 59 yards, and a touchdown.
When a winning streak stretches this far, you start to wonder if a team is truly unstoppable. And here's a guy who's been very much the legs that have helped drive this team to wins week after week. And even when teams have keyed on him and tried to slow him down, he's still gotten the job done enough to avoid a loss. Talking with him in pregame, though, he thinks that this week could be his biggest week yet.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense.
And you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way. Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
On first down, Aguilar throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. Looking to throw on second down, Aguilar.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
58 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. On second down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11, sets them up first and goal.
And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be second and goal. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat. Complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he stopped immediately there. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a third and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well.
5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a fourth down situation. They'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. They stop him on fourth and goal at the 3. And this Texans defense comes up with a goal line stand. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on fourth down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. On third down, Landry. Call it no gain on the play as it takes us to the end of the first quarter. Three 0 after 1 on EA Sports. Texans nothing. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Oh, nice move. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return.
And it will be Falcon football.
Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Falcons.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
Looking to throw. Aguilar finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. They'll look to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
On second down, they'll run it here. Able to evade the tackle, but then quickly brought down just outside the 5.
Brought down at his own 6-yard line. Brings up third down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. On 1st and 10, Aguilar. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Texans are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception.
Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up
2nd and 5. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37. The Texans at 8-2 on the year, and they come in as a team that looks like a well-oiled machine getting ready for the postseason. Winners of 8 of their last 10.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Throwing right, and that's complete.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll look to throw here. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd down.
On play action, they'll throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and forever. Under pressure, and they got to him again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
The Texans send the punter out. He's been terrific so far. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Back to throw. Aguilar being chased out left. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they will rally and stop him short of the 1st down. They get him to the ground at the 26.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out, and even at a 2nd play, waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And here comes the Texans now.
And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
2nd and 4. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. They're going to look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Page. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. And this shot downfield on 2nd down is brought in. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons 30. A good pickup there at 22. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
4 yards remain for second down.
He'll look to throw. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Texans are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half.
Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Well, the Falcons now going to go on offense late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission.
Throwing to start the drive.
Aguilar. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Operating from the gun. Aguilar. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So a very tight first half. We head to break in a 1-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at the Superdome in New Orleans. And it's the Titans out in front in that one. Gabriel Davis, a touchdown reception. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Chase Claypool, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville. See what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And they were winners in their ball game as they were able to handle the visiting New York Jets. Trevor Lawrence, strong in the victory as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Falcons. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they too have found passing lanes to be hard to come by so far. As you see by the numbers, they'll need to figure that out in the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, with talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said. That they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety.
That's exactly what they were aiming for defensively. A huge early play that cuts off any opposing momentum at the knees. As soon as that snap was made, they were flying to the ball and through the line. Great call from the coaching staff and even better execution.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. It's taken to the 26. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half.
Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
Looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on third. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And the Texans will take over. Houston set to take over.
Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll keep it on the ground. Landry. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st down, Landry. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 33-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Landry. And he'll be taken down right around. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Throwing on 1st down. Aguilar. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
But in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
To throw on 3rd down. Aguilar. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
We're holding on to the lead at this stage in the 2nd half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time, because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he will find his man on the outside.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. Touchdown. A great play there. 28 yards.
And the Texans have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter.
A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Falcons back out, getting set for this next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this, because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So
frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
23 yards, the final tally.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that type of duress.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Operating from the gun, Aguilar. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
And the Texans are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
They'll start on the ground here on first down.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Here's 2nd and 8. And a quick throw here. That's complete.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. This is intercepted.
And the Falcons are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. On 3rd down, Aguilar looking middle, and that's complete. And they stop him up short of the 1st down as they get him at about the 43. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. This is taken at about the 14. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And that will come the offense as they take over. And now out comes Houston. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They'll look to throw here on first down. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
Brings up second and 10.
Now a give, right side. It's Page, and they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Back to throw now on first down. And a little floater there is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons 39. 15 yards there for number 15. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. He'll look to throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. So the completion good for just 3, and it'll be 2nd down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And incomplete on the deep ball. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Back to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
The Falcons ready to take over. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. To throw on 2nd down. Aguilar dancing to his left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. The offense on 3rd down. Can you believe it? 0 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback.
He's going to have the Falcons first down as they get further on 4th and inch inches.
It's a gain of 4 that time, and it'll give the Falcons a first down.
And yes, everyone, that was the fullback carrying the football. I know it's a dying breed, it's a dying position for a lot of people, but I still think it's valuable and important, especially one who can carry the ball.
And you need short yardage. What makes sense? Go to a big body, let him plow forward just like he did there.
It's still a big...
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them pass it, has it? I mean, they've dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback in the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
It may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man on the out route.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Now they've completed a couple on this drive, but they've peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. 28 yards.
And the Texans add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units in there. Kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand the field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this first, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in four-down territory, backed up, in good situation. It didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The line to gain is the 33 on third down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down.
A really good pickup of 28 yards.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They'll try the left side. Page. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Page.
And the Texans are going to have it 1st and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Up the middle they go. It's Page. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now a handoff up the middle. Page. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Third down. It's Page. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there.
His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans extend their lead, and they are about to get to a 9-2 record. So the second down run didn't work. They run it again on third down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return.
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
On first down, Aguilar firing quickly here, and that's complete. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Looking to throw on second down. Aguilar. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him, and able to bring him to the ground. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity.
Now, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Ben, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Texans, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills.